stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress, always, even your mistakes.
Rick and Morty.
This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002 titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazwa, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them. Products.
What the heck would I want to play this for a band concert?
In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game.
No,
it's built almost
really
entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. That act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking
more
is
so than
real.
something like Family Guy.
The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating.
What?
But I'm not sure Jazwa intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this game. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault, as a player, rather than as a player. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them. And it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real. When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. Mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with. And in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change them. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
There we go.
For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
This is what they mean by it gets harder every time! No!
Whoop. Whoop. Oh. Whoop. Whoop.
It's a lot of muscle.
Well, I mean, it's not like he hasn't practiced. He clearly lives in a cauldron. No. Oh! I got it.
Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash, but only trash culture. Be games, be movies, be music, be philosophy.
Okay.
Now you gotta go back up there.
I'm going!
Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
I think I would probably die by then.
You don't... Well, actually, that's not true. You can, quote-unquote, die, but that's just you fall in the water and you eventually come back out somehow because somehow you swim with a hammer.
Hit him with a hammer, baby.
I mean, I guess that works. Oh, come on! I just want to...
There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned stuff scenes on Lively. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled.
Oh. Okay, I'll go the normal way.
Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight.
Oh.
Whoop. Whoop.
The sound he makes.
Whoop. Oh, you just lost a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
What game is this?
Getting over it with Bennet Foddy. There's a mobile version too.
That looks really dangerous.
It's dangerous for my health.
Is he about to turn over?
I don't know.
He just has to be in a flower pot.
That's a cauldron. It's not a flower pot.
It looks like a flower pot.
I mean, if you put a flower pot in, if you put a flower in there, you're probably going to get some sort of potion that'll turn someone into
A frog.
a turtle. Yep.
A turd or a frog.
What's the difference? Oof! No! Bend that hammer! That's not how I wanted you to do that, but okay.
in the flower pot.
Boing.
It's like Super Mario.
Except
With a hammer.
Mario has a hammer sometimes.
But not like that. He has like an axe.
That's like an ice pick. Or a sledge. A
Sledgehammer. If you could take
Oof,
my pulse
sorry about
right
that.
now.
How did I end up here? Where am I?
Oh my god, how did you end up?
I don't know where I am. Oh, that's where I am.
Are you in like a Native American territory?
I mean, I don't think they have lighthouses. Oh.
There's like an arrow right there.
Feel the power of the hammer.
Sledgehammer. Now the Native Americans have lighthouses. He's strong.
True.
He has to be.
He lives in a cauldron and tries to climb a mountain into space.
You could have some muscle after this.
Look at him.
I know, he's a muscular dude. I bet he's sore every day.
Oh, it happened again. Keep on trying. Don't let it get to you.
Do you hear me crying? No, you hear my silence.
Yeah, British man.
Let's just go ahead and say he's Portuguese.
Portuguese.
I don't know.
What's his guy's name?
Bennet Foddy.
I'm gonna Google him.
Okay. BENNETFODDY.
Foddy.
Yeah. I wish I could actually see this. You haven't, because they've cursed like a lot.
Right now?
And yeah, Fisk, I know, but this is. You haven't, because they've cursed like a lot.
Right now?
And yeah. Okay, there. No.
It's like a color guard. That should be a color guard pencil.
Why would a color guard want to use a sledgehammer? I don't think. I mean, it would be funny and it would look cooler than the rifles, but why would they want sledgehammer?
I mean, it's creative. Like, if it's like...
Oh, it's creative in the same way that it's creative to make a cake with pickles. I mean, yeah, no one's done it before, but it's because no one should.
I mean, there's like a dramatic scene in the music, then they could use the sledgehammer.
Why would you want to use... What if you... Okay, you mess up with a flag or a rifle, you get hit over the head. You mess up with a sledgehammer, you crack your head open.
Yeah, you'd be like...